Welcome to Panther Sports, your one-stop shop for all things athletic at High Point University. I'm your host, Travis Woody. With March quickly approaching, basketball fans realize tournament time is right around the corner. Last week, the Panther men found out who they would play in the 2012 Sears ESPN Bracket Buster. For the first time in High Point University men's basketball history, the Panthers will travel to Texas to face the Lumberjacks of Stephen F. Austin State University. That game will be played on February 18th. Coming off a big win against Winthrop, the High Point University Panthers returned home to face Presbyterian College in hopes to continue their winning ways. Led by Nick Barber and Xavier Martin, who each had 16 points, it looked as if they were on their way to doing so. The Panthers found themselves with a 10-point lead midway through the second half. And in fact, the Panthers led until the final minute of the game, but Presbyterian scratched and clawed their way back on top with some big shots and a few clutch turnovers. The Panthers lost a nail-biter 65-62. The Panthers didn't let the loss get them down, though, because a short 2 days later, they hosted the Running Bulldogs of Gardner-Webb University. Nick Barber had another record-setting game, and High Point would need every bit of it to beat the Running Bulldogs. Barber's 34 points came at crucial times throughout the game. He scored 28 points in the second half, including a three-pointer that sent the game to overtime. The Panthers would go on to win the game 81-77. Barber's 7 three-pointers against the Running Bulldogs placed him atop the HPU record books. His 288 career three-point field goals are the most of any player in High Point University men's basketball history. High Point University women's basketball team experienced a frustrating defeat this past weekend, ending their Big South Conference unbeaten streak. The Highlanders of Radford University stormed into the Millis Center on Saturday and squeezed out a close one to hand the Lady Panthers their first loss in conference play this season. High Point had 4 players in double digits. Shamia Brown led the team with 19, Aaron Reynolds had 14, Cheyenne Parker had 14, and Taylor Tremblay put up 11 of her own. The Lady Panthers cut a 10-point Radford lead down to 1 with just over a minute to play, but the Highlanders were able to hang on to a 66-61 victory. Along with her 14 points, Cheyenne Parker also pulled down 12 rebounds, had 8 steals, and blocked 7 shots in the High Point loss. The Lady Panthers had no time to sulk after losing to Radford because 2 days later, the Liberty University Flames rolled into town in hopes to take back the #1 spot in the Big South Conference. Taylor Tremblay led the Panthers with a new career-high 21 points, but the Lady Panthers' last-minute comeback proved to be too little too late as the Liberty Flames toppled High Point 73-65. Cheyenne Parker recorded her 15th double-double of the season, scoring 13 points and snagging 11 rebounds. Shamia Brown also scored 13 points in the game, but in the end, the Flames alone sit atop the Big South Conference standings with a 10-1 record. High Point falls to second place with a 9-2 conference record. The Lady Panthers are back in action again this Saturday at 1 p.m. as they travel to Bowie's Creek, North Carolina to take on the Fighting Camels of Campbell University. When we return to Panther Sports, we will be talking to sophomore thrower Stephen Scally, who is already setting HPU records. Don't go anywhere.
At High Point University, every student receives an extraordinary education in an inspiring environment with caring people. At High Point University, every student receives an extraordinary education in an inspiring environment with caring people.
Welcome back to Panther Sports. With me now is Stephen Scally. Welcome, Stephen.
Thank you.
So, what exactly is it that you throw?
There's multiple things I actually throw. I used to throw the shot put. I stopped throwing it. Wasn't the greatest. Compete against guys who are twice my size. Discus is my favorite throw, definitely. Javelin and also the weight throw.
The weight throw.
Weight throw.
Okay, so you already mentioned that the discus is your favorite, but what would you say your second favorite thing would be? I mean, you say you're not throwing the shot put anymore, so what else would you compete in?
Right now, for the indoor season, I would definitely say that Weight throw would be my second favorite since I can't really compete in discus since it's outdoor.
Right.
So definitely the weight throw.
The weight throw. Okay. So did you throw in high school? How long have you been a thrower? Is that even the correct term?
Yeah, you can consider that the term.
Okay.
I actually started throwing in 7th grade.
Wow.
Started just to stay in shape for football actually, but realized I had a talent and actually started throwing in high school, and now I'm here.
Now you're here. Okay. So what events did you throw in 7th grade or in high school? Like before you got here, what events did you compete in?
In Ohio, javelin and hammer are illegal, as in many states. I did compete in the discus and shot put. And in senior year of high school, I got 6th indoor shot put in the states. Other than that, yeah.
Okay. Well, as we had mentioned a couple of weeks ago, you have now set the HPU record for the weight throw.
Correct.
How does that record, how does that fare in like tournament play?
Well, the record here at High Point was set in 2004. Wasn't the greatest record. I did beat it. As in scoring at conference, I needed another 7 or 8 feet to actually score.
Wow.
Which is significant, but at the same time, it's not. It's reachable.
It's reachable.
Yes.
So is that throw from your last competition, is that the longest you've thrown it? Is that actually like your farthest throw?
I'd definitely say in competition, technically yes, but in practice, such as today, I've succeeded that.
Okay. So how heavy are these implements?
The discus is 2 kilograms, which in English terms it would be 4.6 pounds roughly.
Or American terms, I guess.
Yeah. American terms. The weight throw is 15 point some odd kilograms, which is 35 pounds. The javelin is 800 grams, which is like 1.5 pounds. And the shot put in college is 16 pounds.
Wow, pretty heavy stuff.
It is.
Well, when we come back after this quick break, Stephen is going to tell us a little bit more of how we're supposed to do this technique-wise, how we're going to throw it. So stay tuned.
Why is High Point University ranked 3rd among regional colleges by U.S. News & World Report? It's simple. At High Point University, every student receives an extraordinary education in an inspiring environment with caring people.
Why is High Point University in the top 25 on Parade Magazine's College A-list? It's simple. At High Point University, every student receives an extraordinary education in an inspiring environment with caring people.
Before the break, we were talking to Stephen about his success as a thrower on the track and field team. Now he's going to show us the correct techniques when throwing heavy objects. So Stephen, you had mentioned that before your favorite throw was the discus.
Correct.
So why don't you kind of talk us through what is going through your mind when you're there ready to throw, and kind of demonstrate it to us too.
All right. When you start to throw, you are you have lots of things processing through your head. The first thing is when you get in the back of the circle, you have to think about shifting your weight over your left foot, as well as bringing your right foot up. You like scoop it up, and also a thing is to stay balanced when you hit the middle.
Okay.
So it'd be like this. Come around, you scoop it, you shift it up, hit the middle. Once you hit the middle, you have to stay relaxed over your right knee. It gives you a little bend. Your left leg has to stay straight. Chest up, your right arm stays up because the discus is in your right arm, usually, if you're left-handed. As there, then you switch your weight from I guess all your weight on your right foot. You then turn, you bring your knees close together, and you finish. But at the finish, what you're thinking about is paint the sky. That's the term we use. Paint the sky and explosion up.
Explosion up.
Yes.
Okay, so how does that look kind of in a more fluid motion?
Okay.
Nice. Well done, sir.
Thank
Well
you.
done. We look forward to seeing you do that this year. So go out and support your track and field team. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this week's edition of Panther Sports. Be sure to tune in next time and stay up to date on High Point University athletics. Good night.